Rick Snyder, the governor of Michigan, should be arrested and charged with murder. And I don't say that casually. I really mean it. So far, 10 people have died of Legionnaire's disease in Flint. And a researcher at, I think, one of the universities there, University of Detroit, I've got it here in front of me someplace, but she insists that this came as a result of the filth that Rick Snyder made sure the citizens of Flint kept drinking for months after it became apparent and very clear and scientifically understandable that they were drinking poison. So he had his State of the State thingy tonight, and he issued an apology. I'm sorry, you filthy son of a bitch. An apology for the filthy water supply. And he pledged to promptly release his email about the issue. Yes, I will show you. I will show you. I emailed about it. According to the New York Times, he said in his State of the State address, quote, "I'm sorry and I will fix it. No citizen of this great state should endure this kind of catastrophe. Government failed you, federal, state, and local leaders, by breaking the trust you place in us." You son of a bitch. You see, this is what the Republicans always do. If everybody's guilty, then nobody's guilty. It's an old trick, and it always works for these slime balls. You ever notice that? No. Rick Snyder, the feds and the state and the locals are not responsible. You are, you son of a bitch. You're responsible. You knew. I'm sorry, most of all, that I let you down. You deserve better, you poor Negroes. I'm adding that part. You deserve accountability. You deserve to know that the buck stops here with me. And most of all, you deserve to know the truth. And I have a responsibility to tell the truth. See, why don't these slimy sons of bitches come up with that before the water system is turned into poison? When the first person calls and says, you know what? The water is discolored and it stinks. Why tell them it's okay to drink it? You deserve to know the truth, and I have a response. I'll tell you what the truth is. Rick Snyder, first of all, it's too bad the Republicans own Michigan as well as other states. I can't believe that a state that is a basis of unionism, one of the 2 or 3 states, the basis of unionism, where United Auto Workers were beaten to a pulp by that filthy neo-Nazi sympathizer Henry Ford. People died in Michigan trying to establish labor rights and human rights and equal rights and make a good living. And this filthy son of a bitch, Rick Snyder, we broke your trust in us. As though the people in Flint, Michigan had any kind of connection to this devil whatsoever. He doesn't care about Flint, Michigan. He sent his hitman in to take away from the people of Flint their elected representatives and to run the state so that the bondholders wouldn't, or run the city so that the bondholders wouldn't lose any money. There's a problem with the water system. Okay, how much is it cost to get from Lake Huron? How much from the Flint River? Let's go with the Flint River. I'm sorry I let you down. Snyder cited repeated missteps by members of his administration, including misunderstanding regulations. Oh, for Christ's sake! Misunderstanding regulations? Let me tell you how it works. You take a sample of the goddamn water and you test it. And if it's not drinkable, you tell people immediately. Not understanding regulations and failing to identify the presence of lead in Flint's drinking water, that is a goddamn lie. They knew there was lead in the drinking water from the first sample that was taken. And then he thanked You talk about balls the size of Detroit. He thanked the whistleblowers who detected the lead levels in the water and in children's blood. He thanked them. And then he promised to seek $28 million in state funds for Flint residents to provide more bottled water, health care for children in the city, and improvements in Flint's troubled infrastructure. Troubled? Troubled? You mean this decaying mass of crap that sits underneath the streets in that city? To the families in Flint, it is my responsibility, my commitment to deliver. I give you my commitment that Michigan will not let you down. This is, it's just so typical of these Republican swine. Just, God.